Jai Bhim, Jai Mulyavasi. Welcome you all once again on this Sunday's special session, which is in English. And today we are going to again discuss on one most important topic that is prevailing in the society, and that is a very burning topic that we are going to discuss. And we have eminent personality with us. So today we are going to discuss about the topic, which is BJP is exposed as a party of upper caste only. This is the topic that we are going to discuss, and along with us to discuss on this topic is Mulnivasi Professor Sanjay Ingole sir. He is assistant professor in Jamia Millia Islamia University, and today he is going to deliver his views on this particular topic. BJP is exposed as a party of upper caste only. So, without wasting time, let me welcome Professor Sanjay Ingole sir. Sanjay Ingole sir, can you please unmute your mic, please? Yeah. Sir, most
I
welcome
think
to
my
MNT
mic is
News
already
Network.
on mute.
Yeah, it is now on mute, sir. Yeah,
Now I am
welcome.
audible.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Welcome to
Jai Bhim,
MNT
Jai
News Network
Mulyavasi.
studio. Jai Bhim, Jai Mullah, sir. Sir, today we are going to discuss on one of the important topic, and that topic is basically this BJP party. It is mostly said that there are two nationalized party, and among them today, BJP is the number one nationalized party of Indians. Like that, it is propagated and mostly as far as OBCs are considered, which constitutes of almost 52% of the population, they are also day by day inclining towards accepting BJP as a nationalized their party. So on this particular topic today, we would like to know that mostly RSS and BJP is totally exposed that it is an organization of so-called upper caste people, and they work mostly for the upper caste interest only. But it is propagated that they are working for the agenda of Hindutva, and they
Nation.
get the support of Mulnivasi Bahujan, that is SC, ST, OBC, but doesn't work from them. So as far as this concept is considered, means they are working on the philosophy of Hindutva, but when it comes to work for these particular people whom they claim, mostly the OBCs, what is your opinion that this particular political party its agenda towards working for the let us call say 50% OBCs? What is your view, sir?
Thank you, June Sahab, for inviting me to speak on such a vital issue. And I'm happy that somewhere in the corner of my mind, when I also realized such thing, and I'm not finding scope to explain in such a way, so that the clear message goes to the masses. So for that, I first of all would like to thank you, MNT News Network, and I'm grateful that you have called me on this evening. As the topic suggests, the BJP is exposed as a party of upper caste only. Now, there are numerous points through which this can be proved, and scientifically that can be proved. Now, first and foremost, that has come into highlight during the regime is that even if there is no provision in the constitution going against the principle of constitution, provisions of the constitution, unconstitutionally, they have created quota for so-called economically weaker Brahmin caste people in this country. And for that, they did not require even for a public morality to get counted their number. For the SC, ST, OBC people, those who are
Hello.
you find that I'm audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Please go
Now
ahead.
I'm audible.
Yeah, please go
You
ahead.
find that they are asking for data. The government is asking for data. This through Supreme Court. No, although it is the agenda of the government, it has sent it to the court of Supreme Court, and through Supreme Court, they are asking data to prove the backwardness of the backward classes. That is the irony. And because of the lack of that data, we are not able to provide representation to OBCs in promotion and other places. They are giving that argument on one hand. On the other hand, for the upper caste, without counting their number, they have provided 10% reservation for the upper caste people, the Brahmin caste people in this country. First of all, this has reached to the masses, and it has overtly exposed the fact that BJP is exposed. I say is exposed as a party of upper caste only. There's one example I'm starting with. And having said this at the background, now the second point is, which is very much in the discourse, very much in the discussion, that the government has created a lateral entry point for their useless lot in the public services, UPSC. Union Public Service Commission is there, but bypassing the authority and sanctity of Union Public Service Commission, which takes the test of the cadre, test of the candidates for being appointed as in the service of Indian administration, that they have bypassed. And the people they have appointed, around 40-50 people they have appointed. Initially some 36 people and now 9 people and now 36 people. You go through the list: Shukla, Mishra, Upadhyay, Vajpayee, Dwivedi, Trivedi. This name will tell you that 90% of that recruitment which has gone directly without any test, without giving any proof of their so-called merit, they have admitted their kith and kin. This is the second point that overtly proves, openly, and even they are not bothered about that. They are so passionate to place their people into the authority places that now they are not damn caring about their public image. That previously people try to raise allegations against them, and there was a scope to argue that no, these are just the allegation and not the reality. But now I think they have considered themselves as like, no, this is the final and last round. After this we may not get chance, so now let us wash our hands into this now flowing Ganga. So this proves how passionate they are. Even if they are not able to manage the public morality, even then they are doing it. Now through that they are exposed, but they are exposed in the intellectual class, those people, those who are getting that data, trying to analyze, find out their caste, who are these people, how they have become the secretaries in the central secretariat without getting IS degree and all those things. Those people are aware, and their duty is to take forward this message to the masses. Secondly, now we have seen in the case of farmers act they had brought, and that whole exercise was to benefit the capitalist force, and the layman, uneducated man, was able to understand that the market governing cooperative society, agriculture committees in the market yard, agriculture market yard, which are there for so long years, which are bargain for the interest of the farmers, and that is a system. That was a system. They tried to dismantle it, and they could not convince the farmers, launch a movement against them, and they fall on their face, and ultimately the government was required to take back the act that they have passed through their ordinances, although they did not discuss that, and they imposed that act on the nation, and they were forced to take it back. When they have taken it back, that whole process has exposed them, and that shows that they're frightened and they're scared that if they are not going to do this, then they will not have a courage, even a courtesy, to go and ask people that please vote us because we stand for you. People understood they stand for only for their kith and kin, only for Brahminical forces, and there also they got expressed. Now I think this is the other example I am giving, third example I am giving. Look at the education policy. The new education policy that they have brought is going to close schools in the villages, and the village people will now have to travel to block level to send their children to even a class 1 standard. And they have declared through this policy that now schools will be concentrated in block level places, because in village school nobody is sending their child, and we are paying the salaries of the teacher without work. Therefore we are going to close those schools where enrollment number is less. Now that is the argument, that is just an excuse, that there is no enrollment at the grassroots level in the villages, and on that excuse they are going to open schools only in block level. And this is just a eyewash only, because there also they have opened the scope for the private sector, and people will be forced to admit their children to the private schools, which a common man will not be able to afford. And that person who was educating his children in the village school, and those people, those who have become teachers, professor, doctor, engineer, IAS, IPS in this country from the village school, that school is going to be closed. No proof, no fact, nothing is required to explain to that person how this party is desperate to only appropriate means and resources of the nation for their only Baman Baniya business oriented classes, and the Brahmin people to hold the authority places in the country. Look at the labor law. Labor law, they increased 12 hours, and now people have filed cases, and there is a murmuring that even this labor law also they will have to amend and withdraw. So there also they are exposed. In front of the farmers they are exposed, in front of the laborers they are exposed, in front of the poor person from the villagers, rural population they are exposed. Look at the COVID. So sensitive issues. So many people passed away only because this party was interested to provide impetus, provide scope for the capitalist forces to earn money. You look at how the growth of the prominent business people, Ambani, Adani, and company, grown multiple times during COVID time and GST time. And crore people, those who were running their own enterprises, small scale enterprises, they were forced to close down them, and that added to the unemployed mass. There also they got exposed. You look at if required, I can, you also can go and search in the Google and see the growth of the prominent business houses in this country during COVID. When everything was being closed, how these people benefited. All their theories, surface theory of sanitization business and everything, that has also added to their new avenues for loot in this country. And during that crisis, all private hospitals were closed for the COVID treatment. They have provided no service to this nation when people were dying. We don't know if this in IAS, the backdoor entry is happening. In COVID also, some backdoor entry might have happened, and they might have used their private hospital for treating their own people. But for common man, for the indigenous people of this country, at the cost of the nation's resources, these private hospitals are running, and they were closed. They're closed for the dying person. This is the status. And that exposed their real character to the masses in this country. You also look at when nation is passing through such a difficult situation, the prime minister is inaugurating a statue of a Shankaracharya. How pathetic is this? They are busy in building mandirs. They are busy in celebrating the winning over of the Babri case. And they are busy in raising a statue of a Shankaracharya, because he is the symbol of the Brahmin caste. So he is the symbol of the Brahmin caste, and they're posing him as their celebration and as their icon, because they want to show that this is the government of the Brahmin people. Therefore, our person whose statue should be more than 150 feet height statue, the Modi inaugurating. In the name of Ayush Yojana, the poor population is looted. What happened? They declared that you will be provided medical insurance, and for that they linked that scheme with the network hospitals, not with the government hospital. And those network hospitals belonging to their kith and kin, to the Baman Baniya people, they are given money in the name of poor people. Even for a cold and cough, people are going to the hospital. Initially, they'll treat them for cough and cold, and for that particular period, their medical insurance will be over. And when really they fail for suffer from a very serious disease like sugar or heart disease or some lungs disease, that time their insurance is over. Fraud. This is a fraud. A bunch of fraud. And those who suffered from this, although this media may not be knowing this, those who suffered and those against whom this fraud is done, they're damn sure they have observed themselves. They don't need any this media briefing for understanding how BJP belongs to high caste people to whom this business is given. Health business is given. Even a pathway is not available in Uttarakhand to travel from one village to other village. In that Uttarakhand, a train from Dehradun to Badrinath, again their symbol of the Brahminism, a tunnel is being created for a train to complete their 4 religious places, Charo Dham Yatra. What does this show? This clearly shows that they are only interested to serve the purpose of the upper caste. This party is dedicated and passionately doing it, thinking that this is the last chance. There would be no other possibility to come again in power. So completely do whatever we can do. Look at the Vista project, Central Vista project. because the historical parliament building, the historical president building in this country is built on the uh, archaeological structure of the Buddhist monuments and Buddhist culture and tradition, because where the president of India sits, in his in his background there is a image of Buddha. There are so many corners and places in the parliament house which has the design and architect of this indigenous land, that they do not digest. They are not able to survive and take breathe there in that parliament. Therefore they are digging the India Gate land, India Gate periphery, and they have digged inside. These people, those who have the habit of hiding below the land. Now there is a proverb in Marathi, Aitya bilavar nagoba. The snakes now, they do not construct their houses. If the rat is creating a house or a rabbit is creating a house inside the soil, they prepare their own tunnels. In that ready-made house they will go and sit. So these snakes, they are trying to carve out their tunnels inside the ground. That central vista project is nothing but finding their space for breathing, because they are not able to digest the tradition and the culture of this land. This exposes their mental psychology, their social character. That cannot be called a social character. Now, their antisocial character. So through these examples and so many other examples, it is exposed beyond shadow of doubt that this BJP party only stands for upper caste. But people, because they do not, as you said, that the national party people are not finding scope to create alternative, therefore people digesting it. Otherwise it is completely exposed as a party of high caste people, and Modi is just serving their purpose. Therefore he is also tolerated,
Yes, sir.
although in their
You had.
own cult he is considered below the Brahmin rank. And
Mhm.
in the tradition of RSS, below the Brahmin rank, they are not to be given the position. I heard from the campaign in UP now that this yogi is also not a Brahmin. Inside their own cult, they are not able to digest below Brahmin. The Kshatriya yogi and the Vaishya Modi, they are also, they are cherishing them, they are using them, but they are not happy with these spaces. Even
Sir,
their own
we,
blood,
yeah.
yeah,
We,
even their own blood they are not able to digest. So through these examples it is exposed that BJP is a party of high caste people, that is the Brahmin people only, no scope for others. Look at the structure of the RSS organization. Even this Chitta Pavan Kokanastha Brahmins, they are even not able to digest the participation of the North Indian Brahmins. that kind of that kind of a, say, Brahminical thinking, the feeling of inequality is there in their mind, and that is governing the nation. That is very sad and ironic, and the people should take lesson, and the intellectual people have responsibility to expose them like this and give them the details, whatever details they have along with them, and discuss with the masses, and go towards the
yes.
days of their finishing. Thank you
Right,
very
sir.
much, Ashish ji,
Yes, sir.
for calling
Yes,
me
sir.
on such a vital topic to share my thoughts. There are some other points I had. No, even you look at the work like Mr. Nurani, who he wrote book and provided so many evidences, and so many people they have published literature on them. But no, very vital evidence. It is coming in English that has to go into vernacular languages, and that will help us to actually fight out them. Thank you.
Right, sir. Right, sir. You had rightly pointed out what is going on and what is happening behind the curtain. But practically, sir, we would like to know. if all these things are happening among the maximum, means as if we consider the population of India, then the basically all these policies are against the maximum
Yeah,
population of this country,
yeah,
means if
yeah,
we call it
majority.
divided
Yeah,
90% of the people, majority of the people, but still they are standing in favor of such a party who is working against them and who is not working for the welfare of this particular people. Even if we consider the OBCs, they were in favor of these parties, and when the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust or Ram Janmabhoomi, this entire management committee was formed, there was
hmm.
no place for OBCs, but still
Yeah, still it
still
is
they
not.
are favoring this one. So what do you
Hmm.
think, so that particularly why these 52% OBCs of this, who is the
Uh,
major chunk of the population, why they are still not understanding, or what is that
Force.
thinking that
Yeah,
is forcing
reason
them to stand in favor of them?
with them.
What are your
Yeah,
feelings, sir?
it's very simple, sir. Because Brahmin people, they are in power, and those who are in power, they use power to threaten the masses, the poor people. The poor will always speak against anybody or act against anybody, cannot act against anybody who has a powerful position. So they are using violence, and time and again in between they show how violent they can be and how they can use the force to suppress and oppress people and finish people. So the threat of violence is there in the mind and the heart of the people. People have seen their character through generations, that if we go against them, they are powerful people, because they're sitting in the power, they'll use power against us. And for a poor person, taking stand against a powerful person is a bit difficult equation. And when people see some scope, when some amongst them are able to fight against them, win over them, to those people masses have supported and masses are still ready to support. But somebody who has a ability to take more risk and sacrifice more for the cause of the society, their leadership is required. If that kind of a leadership is available, people will know, support them and rally along them. So point is threat of power. Due to threat of power only, people are keeping mum. As and when people get a scope to boycott that threat and to suppress that threat, they'll immediately, with no delay, the masses will participate in such a movement, which will take them left and right in the future. People are
Right,
waiting
sir.
for that time. Yeah,
Right, sir.
alternative force.
Yeah, yeah. No, basically, as far as this majority of population of SC, ST, OBCs, and minorities are considered, who constitutes more than 85% of the population of the country. Sir, what in your view you can think of any alternative to such an political challenge? Because this is a sort of challenge to this particular population who is not getting benefit of the constitutional values of the constitution implementation. What should they do? What is the alternative for them?
See, political alternatives people have tried, and people are trying to develop a political alternative. But because India is so vast country, and geographically also we are very spread population, and socially also, because Brahmins have divided us. So for that, we are trying to mobilize. People are trying to mobilize. Phule Ambedkarite leadership is trying to mobilize people around Mool Nivasi Bahujan identity, uh, and ideological material is available for that. But when the population is spread on a very huge geography, on a very large scale, differences also in the topographical and geographical areas, where reaching out to people is challenging situation. That is the one thing. because to create a network and reach out to the masses throughout country takes time. So those who will succeed in building their network in all constituencies, in all places where people live, villages and the localities, the day any organization uh, acquires this position, that they are spread and connected to the masses, that will put a death knell to the Brahminism in this country. So networking is very important. Now the BAMSEP organization is trying to build the network. We have taken a challenge, and we I, as a member of the BAMSEP Central Executive Committee, I can share with you that we have our own plan. Within a year, we should reach out to the maximum geographical area. We are in the process to build our strategy also on that point. The political party like People's Party of India Democratic is also trying to do that as an alternative, because Bahujan Samaj Party, on which the backward classes had a hope, or even the regional political parties like Samajwadi Party or Rashtriya Janata Dal, some parties in Maharashtra, people had hope from them. They have not no, they could not fulfill the aspirations of the masses, and ultimately now people are thinking that the new political party, People's Party of India, under the leadership of Mr. B.D. Borkar, will definitely provide some solution to reach out to the masses, build their network in all over India, and fight for all elections and all seats. If that happens, I think that will create a alternative in this country from the political front. And the political front will not serve the purpose, because they are spread socially. Their impact is in social life. There also we need to build a network, social network, to stand with the people and guide the people. Now, people do not respect Brahmin nowadays, only because they are in power. Therefore, people, remain afraid of them. People do not, do not take direct challenge with them. But there is no respect about Brahmins in this country now. People understand they are broad people, and that message has reached to the common man. But because they are in power position, people are not able to fight
Right,
against
sir.
them.
Right,
So
sir.
if we
Right, sir.
stand with them
Yeah,
sociologically,
yeah. Mhm.
psychologically, we stand with them, intellectual people stand with them,
Okay.
then people can now go one step ahead from the intellectual people, the
Right,
common
sir.
mass.
Right, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, we are almost towards the end of the session. We would like to take your concluding message on today's topic and your particular message to the intellectual class who is in a dilemma and who is watching all these developments,
Discussions.
what
Hmm.
discussions and developments in the country
Yeah.
also. So,
Hmm.
what can be your concluding message to them so that they will be always awakened?
The message is the very simple, that once we understand one aspect and one dimension, or some vital information which clicks light, which triggers the awakening, now that if that is with us, we should continuously keep on doing that thing which actually touches the mind and heart of the people, and give some light to the people. So this is a light, that BJP is a Brahmins party. BJP is the upper caste party. So this is the word. The words should spread like a wildfire. So that is my message. Spread the word like a wildfire. You need not to provide other details. They should, in their defense, they should come in defense. No, no, no. Our party is not. No, the Modi saying that I am the lower caste person and all those things. They should defend. We need not to defend. We should spread it. Spread the word that BJP is a upper caste party. Therefore, these events are happening. Anti-constitutional activities are happening. They are saying that we are going to build a new constitution based on their religion. So Hindu Rashtra Samvidhan, they are talking about that. We are waiting. We are waiting to have the Hindu Rashtra Samvidhan in their hand and coming to our villages and our localities. We are waiting for that. Our tradition is our Baba Sahib has burned their Manusmriti, no, by burning their minds through the hands of their own people. Baba Sahib was able to burn their Manusmriti. Let them come with their Hindu Rashtra Savidhan, taking their Hindu Rashtra Savidhan in our villages, or people see to it. People will see to it. We are waiting for them in the villages.
Right, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for having
And
elaborate.
also,
Yeah,
I'll take a minute. That
please, please.
BS4 campaign that we are reaching to villages through BS4 campaign. So all people will stand, taking Constitution of India in their hand in the villages, and if these people come to the villages by bringing that Dharma Shastra, where they are saying that only the sannyasi will be able to be the parliament member parliament. Those who are sannyasis and sant, they can be the member parliament. That is their proposition. Let them come. Sannyasis, we see how many sannyasis are there. Thank you.
Okay,
Through
sir.
BS4
Sir,
campaign will counter them.
right, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for having your valuable time with us and deliberating your views on this particular topic, which is a very important topic. And there are various dilemmas in the society. So definitely, the viewers of this channel will get enough idea. And the message you had passed on, they will take care in that particular spirit, and they will do their best in achieving their own constitutional rights through their own
Yeah.
the power of voting or whatever they can do with whatever with is they are having within their hand. Thank you
Yes.
very much, sir, for joining today on this particular session, and we will invite you on other topic on other day on MNT News Network, sir. Thank you once
Thank you
again.
very much.
Jai Bhim, Jai
Jai Bhim,
Mulya,
Jai
sir.
Munyavasi, Jai Savidhan.
Jai Savidhan, Jai Bharat, sir.
Jai Bhim.
Sir, with your permission, we would like to announce for tomorrow's topic. And tomorrow we are having an discussion. As you know, that from Monday to Saturday, we are organizing the discussions in Hindi. And tomorrow also, we are going to organize the session which has the topic Vyaktivad, Supremavad, or Parivarvad, Samvidhan ki raha mein roda. So this is the topic that we are going to discuss tomorrow, and we have eminent panelist Mulnivasi Seema Mathur, Assistant Professor Delhi Vishwavidyalaya Delhi, and Mulnivasi Hasmukh Chandrapal. He is a senior activist of BAMSEF. Both the panelists are going to deliver their views on this particular important topic. So definitely be there at 8:30 p.m. Tomorrow and have the views on this particular topic. Thank you very much for joining today on this English panel discussion session, and we will meet you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Thank you very much. Jai Bhim, Jai Mulnivasi, Jai Savidhan, Jai Bharat.